Hi everybody, I'm very excited because we're just a few days away from my new book coming out, which is called Fit and Fabulous Over 50, How to Rewire Your Second Act. And I had to learn quite a few things, or relearn them maybe, to get myself a bit fitter in my second act and to lose a bit of weight and achieve the goals I wanted to achieve. And I thought that I would share some of those learnings in this book. Now, one of the things that we hear a lot about is sugar, and we're constantly told don't eat too much sugar. But it's not very helpful, is it, when people say don't do that, but they don't tell you why you shouldn't do it. So I thought we'd talk today a little bit about sugar. Now, sugar occurs quite naturally. It occurs in fruit, in vegetables, in some dairy products, and it will be called fructose or lactose in those products. Sucrose is, or tends to be largely, commercially produced sugar. And it's the commercially produced sugar, the refined sugar, which we need to be a bit careful about. Now, I should just preface all of what I'm about to say with, if you want to lose weight, it is about calories in, calories out. But the type of calorie that you eat, is it a carbohydrate, which is what sugar is, or a protein or a fat? The type of macro that it is, that does count. And sugar is a carbohydrate, or refined sugar is a carbohydrate that we need to be a little careful of. And I'll explain to you why. So the recommendation is that the average adult should only have about the equivalent of 7 sugar cubes a day. That's 7 cubes of refined sugar. And I put them here on a little plate for you to see. There's 7. One can of Coca-Cola contains 9. So before you've eaten a slice of bread for your breakfast, because bread contains sugar, or put sugar in your tea and coffee, more sugar, eaten a Danish pastry maybe for breakfast because you were on the run, had a protein bar because you thought that was quite good for you, ate dessert because, hey, I'm treating myself, or did any number of other things, you've already exceeded your daily intake of refined sugar. Now, you might say to me, okay, but why does that matter? So I've got a sweet tooth, I can't help that. I've written down all the things that are associated, or believed to be through research, associated with excess consumption of sugar. It's such a long list that even with my relatively good memory and ability to learn lines, I couldn't remember all of it. So I've written it down, so bear with me. This is the list. So, excess intake of refined sugar is associated with an increased risk of, here we go, heart disease, type 2 diabetes, cancer, depression, skin aging, blood sugar spikes, excessive fatty buildup in the liver, cognitive decline, 1 in 10 of us will get dementia, and of course, tooth decay. It's quite a list, isn't it? It really is. In other words, what we call the horsemen, the things that are the 4 big horsemen, the things that are most likely to kill most of us, so heart disease, diabetes, what else is there? Cancer, and I've forgotten the 4th one now, but not to worry. They are all associated to some degree with sugar intake. So from my perspective, and certainly from my own learnings and what I had to do to change my diet to lose weight, I think sugar is one of those areas that we absolutely have to focus on. You have to be really militant about finding out how much sugar you are actually eating on a daily basis, because it is almost certainly way more than you think it is, because it's hidden. It's hidden in many of the foods that we buy in the supermarket. Now, I'm not talking about the fruit and veg and the meat. I'm talking about the ultra-processed foods. This is predominantly where a lot of the excess sugar sits. So my message to you today is that if you are starting this year thinking about losing weight and getting fitter, do think about how much refined sugar you've got in your diet. And I promise you that if you start there and cut a lot of that out, you have just taken a fantastic first step on the way to health and better fitness. And I wish you a lot of luck with it.